Cars and motion.
This could be victory. It is. Pakistan win the World Cup.
And mid-loading Mr. Basha.
क्या हाल है सर?
बिल्कुल ठीक. World Cup squad announce हो गया. It's long overdue this podcast.
Long overdue. The team is playing in England right now. Second, two games done as well. दोनों मैचेस जीते हैं. फखर ने 100 किए, बल्कि फखर ने दोनों मैचेस में स्कोर भी किया है, which is a great sight to see कि he's back in form. अगर at least against the counties England के खिलाफ सही पता चलेगा. I think the caliber of the counties hasn't been great from what I read about, especially on Kent wali, because it was a makeshift sort of team. But nonetheless, scoring in England in cold conditions. Actually, it's pretty cold down there still, so it was pretty good to see. Pretty good to see that they're getting a good outing, good practice out of it.
Yeah, so for those who are listening, let me just take them through our journey. When the squad was announced, both of us were not happy with a few surprises. And then we thought, well, batting is a real weak link, as we've been saying for past year or so. And it is. And then these guys go to England, play play two matches against Kent and Northampton, and they look really good. Take it, so
Well, with that, like I said, मतलब स्क्वाड की बात जब है तो उस पे दिल की भड़ास में पहले निकाल ही देता हूँ जब अब
हाँ चलें शुरू.
पॉडकास्ट कर रहे हैं. दूसरी दो प्लेयर्स मुझे समझ नहीं आए. एक मुझे आबिद अली का क्वेश्चन मार्क लगता है because he hasn't really played in national cricket, but चलो उसके he has some first class experience to bank on, and he's mature 30 plus year old guy who's played a lot of cricket. So he gets the benefit of the doubt after a couple of games. एक सौ, but I'm still not a fan कि आप सिर्फ couple of innings पे आप you take someone for such a big event. I'm not a huge fan. So you need at least some sample size before you go into it. और दूसरा था Mohammad Hasnain. Again, Mohammad Hasnain for me hasn't done anything. He's played 2 games, first class की games अभी तक. तो उसमें आप क्या बॉलिंग में बहुत एक्सपीरियंस की जरूरत होती है, लाइन लेंथ की जरूरत होती है. You have to have a temperament for it. So for me, Mohammad Hasnain is a complete wild card, complete punt के throw in the deep end and यार maybe तुक्का लग जाए वाली बात. ये I know we've done it in the past, but the game's moved on. The game's much more about skill and practice and all of that, and stats, and they can work you out the first day. So I'm not so Mohammed Amir, of course, we have to talk about him. A huge surprise for not to take him, especially in English conditions. चलो UAE वगैरह में नहीं स्कोर कर नहीं मतलब विकेट्स ले रहा, but he never gives away runs, right? He's got the lowest economy rate, so that goes in his favor. But of course, his idea should have been wicket taking, is wicket taking. But again, for me, especially in English conditions, that was a hard one. I mean, I'd pick him any day before Hasnain. But again, the argument is there that he hasn't picked up any wickets, and he's the lowest wicket taker amongst how many overs he's done. So arguments are both sides, but dil nahi manta, especially in England, English conditions. He's got a chance. 17 squad mein hai with the England उसमें तो है, but let's see what he does. पहले tour game जो second tour game खेला उसमें एक ही wicket लिए. So he hasn't quite done what he needs to do to make it back in.
Okay, so my surprise is I was surprised that Amir was not initially picked. Again, as you were saying, yeah, it's probably the biggest competition in cricket. In fact, not probably. This is the biggest competition in cricket. So uske liye you need a lot of experience. Amir has that experience. Fine, his form has not been great. Could have been better and all those things, but you don't make these changes right when you need a lot of experience. That's my point. So I was surprised to see Amir being selected as a provisional or kind of a probable, in that English squad, and I was surprised to see Junaid Khan in place of Amir. जो दूसरा surprise था मेरे लिए वो था not to see Mohammad Abbas there. Because we were playing in England, I thought, again, it's more experience. He's picked up wickets, fine. Test matches, not in one-dayers. I was surprised to see Abbas there. Hasnain there in place of Abbas. But as I see Hasnan, or as I think about Hasnan more and more, I like that element of surprise. Like Fakhr Zaman in Champions Trophy, when no one had any data on him, he came out of nowhere and took everyone by surprise. So these were two surprises. I'm now okay with Hasnan, especially his performance against Northampton. Apparently, he was express. He was bowling great bouncers and all those things. So yeah, a reasonable punt. Like in America, I still think. Well, Zima made a statement that Amir can still make it, and I'm pretty sure Amir will eventually, get a wild card entry back into the side. I was not surprised by Abid. I think we were struggling. We're still struggling with our openers. Fakar now seems to be in a good form, but you need to have one more opening option. He scored a century against Australia. Not ideal, I agree with you. But when was the last time Pakistan was in an ideal situation in over probably nine
I
games?
think, I mean, Shan Masood was probably the first pick, but he didn't do himself justice with not scoring against Australia. उसका chance था, बड़ा अच्छा chance था उसके पास to prove a point, and उसको chances भी दिए हैं ऑस्ट्रेलिया के खिलाफ. I mean, after his South Africa series, I think the hopes were high that he'll come through, but he didn't. Abidali did, so credit to him, of course. Saw किए हैं उसने, but still, it's not just one innings doesn't make you a player. So I think he still has a lot to prove. But you're right. मेरे हिसाब से still I would have picked a middle order batsman. Like even Rizwan ने यार कितनी centuries किए हैं. He probably deserved to
Rizwan
stay.
scored, I think, two centuries, if I'm not off on that.
Yeah, exactly. So I would अगर opening slot पे issue आता, I probably would have asked Hafiz to open and actually taken a middle order. That would have been my plan B if, say, Fakhr or Imam play 4 5 games and they don't score at all. Then my plan B would have been actually promote Hafiz and get someone in the middle order because if we have middle order options, still opening options is really bad. या तो आप अहमद शहजाद को chance देते Australia series and see how he performed because he was probably the next better option for me. Um, but Ahmed Shahzad still mentally is probably not there, and he's still working his way back into things. But he looked pretty fit in PSL, and PSL में थोड़ा बहुत score भी किया उसने. It's not like extraordinary,
Hmm.
but I'm still on the word on the fringes for Shahzad. But yeah, I mean but again, Hasnain for me is more experience because he doesn't even have any first class experience, and that for me also goes against all the guys who play domestic, play years and years of experience and hard work and playing first class. और एक बंदा आता है उसने तो 4 बॉलिंग करा दी 150 पे तो वो उसको वर्ल्ड कप स्क्वाड में चला गया. That's just doesn't cut it for me,
That's
यार.
Pakistani cricket for
इतनी
you.
yeah,
I
that's
what
bullshit, yeah.
एक
That
एक it's
whatever
very
इसमें
evident.
कोई of course it's very evident. It's crap. ये कोई policy नहीं होती यार.
No, I'm saying
आपको
one thing is very evident that they selection बहुत ही aggressive है. They're not taking any defensive safe options. So, for example,
हाँ
trying Hafiz as an opener, which has been tested before. So it's not that Hafiz was going to be a new out of nowhere option.
हाँ
I think Amish Zad would have again been, one of those things you've tried in the past.
yeah,
एक
that's
चीज
true.
बड़ी कंसिस्टेंट थी कि जो भी इंजमाम और उसकी टीम थी और या मिकी आर्थर के I'm sure in consultation with Sarfraz, they don't want to take any half measures. Whether that's you
That's
can
true.
argue whether that's good or bad, but Abbas got a chance, they didn't like him, out. Hasnan, who hasn't played any cricket, 2 or 3 first class matches, in. So they're not taking any half measures. They know
That's
that
true.
they are in a shit spot right now in terms of options,
But
quality
I
of
wouldn't say इतना shit spot भी नहीं है. I'd still, I mean, overall, you're talking about 1 or 2 people in the 15 squad. एक तो 15 squad for me is pretty. 16 का squad minimum होना चाहिए मेरे ख्याल से. वर्ल्ड कप 1.5 महीने का वर्ल्ड कप इतना लंबा. 15 का squad just doesn't cut it for me. I think you need to at least have a 16 का squad. I mean, वर्ल्ड कप soccer में पता है 21 या 22 का squad होता है. तो आई थिंक वर्ल्ड कप का स्क्वाड भी आईसीसी की तरफ से should at least have 16 players. 15 feels a bit tight यार कि मतलब आप 11 खेल रहे हैं और 3 ही बेंच पे है. Is not a very huge bench strength अगर आपको options play भी करने हैं. तो आप एक मिडल ऑर्डर ले लो, एक दो बॉलर ले लो, that's it. या 2 बैट्समैन ले लो, एक बॉलर ले लो. एक ना चले तो दूसरे मैच में So it's you're limited with options.
Yeah, I
So
mean it's arguable. I mean you can debate over it. I don't I'm not mad at it. Because 4 साल and cricket is not a very exhausting game or taxing game physically. So as a if someone is playing well and that player is reasonably fit, you can play 8 matches on trot. Unlike football,
हाँ and काफी gaps भी हैं तीन चार
gaps भी हैं. Plus you had 4 years to figure that shit out. So
clearly we figured the shit out with two players who have the fewest caps. अभी हम देख ही रहे थे स्क्वाड की डिटेल्स देख रहे थे उसमें से जो fewest caps में कंट्रीज हैं उसमें एक न्यूजीलैंड है एक बांग्लादेश है और दो पाकिस्तानी जिनके fewest caps हैं
हाँ.
जो स्क्वाड में तो you can tell के you know how we've
और
planned for 4 years.
और द मोस्ट अभी सामने ही है द मोस्ट कैप्स के अंदर हमारा एक है शोएब मलिक हु इज बाय द वे ऑन अ 10-day लीव some mysterious domestic issue. I hope everything is okay with him, but
It
Spence
must
is
be
going to be
pretty
back.
serious. Must I hope नहीं गया ना कहना चाहिए, but I presume it's pretty serious. कि वो छोड़ के
हाँ,
गया है, it
हाँ.
has got to be. But
And
they
he
haven't
can
actually
really no
disclosed what
more.
it is. So, but I guess which is I guess credit उसकी privacy
Yeah,
को
and they,
रखना
I
चाहिए.
mean, his privacy should be respected. So I haven't read anything around what happened and all those things. But as you said, अगर वापस आया तो कुछ serious ही होगा. चलिए स्कॉट पे तो बात हो गई, ठीक है. अब उस स्कॉट के बाद भी एक तो वैसे ही एक स्कॉट पे एक there are a lot of question marks. And out of that, Shadab now is diagnosed with hepatitis C. And I personally don't think he will be able to recover by the time the World
Yeah,
Cup
that's a
starts.
pretty serious illness. So I don't know how. I mean, your body can become really weak with such a virus. तो अब you're talking May 1st तो अभी हुआ है हफ्ता हुआ है प्रॉपर उसको बीमार हुए हुए. I mean the World Cup is still a couple of weeks, obviously more than a month away now I guess. Exactly हमारा पहला game 31st को I think.
Hmm.
तो बहुत हाँ you're right मुझे तो बहुत मुश्किल लग रहा है even if he comes back the match fitness and the rhythm bowling का rhythm होता है from practice matches all of that all of that build up to the World Cup if he's missed all the tour games he misses England's ka game and then he misses the warm up again then to have him come back straight into the World Cup squad that also doesn't feel right but he's such a utility cricketer कि क्या करें it'll be a tough call.
ये सब चीजें तो हैं इसके अलावा those who have taken long course of antibiotics you know that your body just doesn't bounce back like that all your
It'll take
hormones
a
are in control but your body still feels like shit. तो मैं तो वो भी सोच रहा हूँ कि चलें सब अगर ये आ भी जाता है say Sarfraz is Shadab is a superstar and he can perform but is he physically capable because he's a high voltage fielder he bats
hmm,
he's supposed to
energy drain हो गई होगी है ना.
तो क्या is he going to be the same Sarfraz and do you make a tough decision then of don't pick him. I mean, too bad Wakari does 92 के World Cup से पहले
यार
stretch factor he was out.
I know
These things happen.
but
Do you
again
want a half-assed player?
शादाब की replacement जो है ना that's the bigger issue for me कि आप actually as एक तो इमाद वसीम है आपके पास पे ना he can play but Shadab all round cricketing ability like you said he's a great fielder he's a good bowler and he can bat a bit the problem is replacing him with a similar talent ऐसा आपको फील्डर नहीं मिलने वाला ऐसा आपको ऑलराउंडर who can bowl pretty well and bat नहीं मिलने वाला तो the problem is कि आप उसको किससे replace करेंगे it's not a very clear cut choice Yasir Shah as soon as he got sick Yasir Shah got in और Yasir Shah I think पहले मैच में तो पता नहीं बहुत पिटा है
दोनों में पिटा है.
दोनों में पिटा है एंड ऑस्ट्रेलिया के खिलाफ भी बहुत पिटा था तो वो भी यूएई के ट्रैक्स में तो इंग्लैंड की ट्रैक्स में उसने क्या कर लेना तो I don't think Yasir Shah makes sense to me अगर शादाब injured होता है you rather bring in someone like Mohammad Nawaz or I may even just go with Mohammad Amir अगर मुझे extra bowler ही चाहिए बेशक spin now I probably would put my money on Mohammad Amir being the fourth bowler if you want to call it that and replace Shadab rather than play anyone as a bowling all-rounder per se. because Fahim Ashraf already as a bowling all-rounder खेल रहा है. So if anything, you needed a batting all-rounder, and that the closest thing you had was probably Shadab.
Hmm.
And if you lost that, then आपकी tail बहुत लंबी हो जाती है.
Yeah, I don't think I don't agree. With Yasir Shah as a backup option. I agree with you. That tried and tested. Again, does not kind of jive with जो overall आपकी selection की एक philosophy थी, which is be aggressive, pick players who've not been who have a lot of talent but not tried before. Hasnan and he said. उस पे तो वैसे ही यासिर शाह नहीं उतरता because he has been tried before और result आपको पता है. Nawaz, I think since you have Imad Wasim, one left arm orthodox, I wouldn't. We already have so many. The half of the team
Hmm.
bowls left-handed fast bowling. You have Junaid Khan,
True.
Shaheen Shah Afridi, throw Amir, and all those things. And then you bring two left-arm orthodox spinners. So I don't think Nawaz cuts it for me, even though he's a good batting, bowling all-rounder, or at least have a tag of all-rounder against him. So I would bring Amir back in. So as simple as that.
I mean, I think your choices aren't that इतनी लंबी लिस्ट ही नहीं है आपके पास कि आप ज़्यादा इसको deliberate करें and सोचें. आपका bench
हाँ,
strength इतना strong नहीं है for all rounders, and fast bowling का bench strength फिर भी है, but spinning options are quite limited actually, which is, I was also a bit surprised. Yasha is also, he's been a test bowler for all these years. He's never been a sort of white ball cricketer ever.
yeah.
So it अगर so he hasn't really been groomed in that space either. Shadab at least has been groomed in that space and has the experience behind him now as well. So I'm quite concerned that he may replacing him may become an issue, and you might actually miss him quite a bit in the World Cup. Now, do you, because you have to announce the squads ahead of time? So obviously April 23rd से पहली announcement थी of your 15, which is provisional. But then May 23rd के बाद it's done. So May 23rd
Locked in.
it's locked in. So you can't make any changes to the squad without ICC's formal permission, right? So if Shadab is in, you really need to know in the next couple of weeks if he's being able to play or not. Because once you then announce the squad, it becomes quite hard to make replacements. मैं ये कह रहा था कि जैसे आप ये चाहें कि अच्छा शादाब को पहला हाफ ना खिलाएं वर्ल्ड कप का, आखिरी 4-5 मैचेस खिला दें, बट वो भी बड़ा टफ हो जाता है because you have to get your squad pretty firm up your squad by May 23rd max.
Hmm.
So it's a tricky situation to be in, and once you announce the squad, then to call someone back also from a World Cup squad doesn't feel right unless he's injured. So you pretty much have a couple of weeks more to assess the situation. कह रहे थे कि he's back in Islam Lahore
Hmm.
now. He went to London, got his checkups, and met the doctors, and उसकी diagnosis वगैरह पूरी complete हो गई है. But he's gonna go back, take the medication, get some more blood work done and stuff, and rest up, um, and see how he heals. But I'm not a doctor, so I don't know how long it actually takes for this thing to go away completely.
Yeah. Not that it matters, but you know how he got it? Hepatitis. He went to some
Um,
dentist in Pindi, and apparently the apparatus that guy used, it got transmitted through that.
how no way.
So your international
Trans-
cricketer shouldn't be
आप
going to a
international going to random गली का clinic मतलब for God's sakes यार.
मैं जरा देख रहा हूँ हेपेटाइटिस सी की रिकवरी टाइम कितना होता है जस्ट
No, I'd be curious to find out because I think that will tell you
so it
a
says
bit
most
more.
Hep C patient reports seeing treatment side effects subsiding within a few months or longer. Often it takes 6 months to a year, and that is from Hepatitis Magazine on Google.
There you go.
So
So there may be zero probability that he comes back then.
yeah,
Well, I don't know. That's all.
and I'm not
एक
a
ही
fan of
टोटका
yeah
नीम के
bringing
पत्तों का वो कर रहे होंगे नीम के पत्तों से.
वो तो पीलिए
पीर शीर करेंगे कोई काम, हेपेटाइटिस ही निकल आएगा आपका 2 हफ्ते में, देखिएगा.
you have to talk to Haris Sohail who believes in black magic.
हाँ, I'm sure
अगर
half
आपको
these
याद हो
guys
last
do.
time तो उसके बाद शायद कोई टोटका हो मगर मेरे ख्याल से
कुछ
I
तावीज
thought,
शावीज बना के भिजवाते हैं अभी उसको.
हाँ उसको चने चने खिलाएंगे उससे. मगर yeah, and that's a big dent because he um our alarm was off. But he adds a lot of variety to your bowling attack also. You know, a wrist spinner,
No, he
as I said,
does.
in the world of in a pool ocean of left-handers, जो आपने पता नहीं कहाँ से इतने उल्टे players आपके पास आ गए हैं.
हाँ, I know.
तो एक था righty
एक ही राइटी बचा था बेचारा बिसाइड
wrist
हसन अली.
spinner.
बिसाइड
हाँ
हसन अली.
चले आगे बढ़े तो अगर प्लेइंग 11 की बात करें ना इट इज व्हाट इट इज दिस इज व्हाट यू गॉट राइट एंड डोंट इंक्लूड
यार
शमी.
प्लेइंग 11 इज सिंपल फॉर मी. आई मीन 15 में से आपको चूज करना है. अगर आप 15 लेके चलें. Forget Asif Ali and Mohammad Abir are in the 17 for England, but we'll park them aside for now. ठीक है जितना भी मैं चाहूँ कि आमिर maybe he doesn't make it back. Let's go with the 15 that we currently have,
चलो
right?
ओके.
We just start from the top. So Fakhr,
हाँ
Imam, Babar Azam,
हाँ हाँ.
Hafiz, Sarfaraz, Fahim Ashraf. मैं शादाब कहने वाला था अब शादाब का पता नहीं मुझे. शादाब, Hassan Ali, Shahid Afridi, and Junaid, I guess. And one more, Shoaib Malik. तो ये है मेरे 11.
ये आपके 11 है ओके. I guess I wouldn't play Janine. I would play Hasnan.
You'd play Hassanan. I'd
I
play
purely
Junaid
based
for
on
the first few games. I'll play Hassanan for the first few games. Junaid, take it with the experience. But अगर हसनैन स्क्वाड में है तो उसको चांस तो मिलता है. तो we'll see how Hassanan अगर जो Junaid doesn't perform, then Hassanan gets a chance. I don't think you play Hassanan in front of Junaid, at least not to begin with.
Junaid is struggling in England so far. Again, 5 वनडेज अभी बाकी हैं. So whatever we're talking,
अभी तो
we don't
एक
take
उसने
into
टूर
account.
मैच खेला है तो एक मतलब
हाँ, and
yeah
plus I
he
just
did
like
very well.
मेरा दूसरा point not so much based on a couple of matches that we played so far. Hasnan adds a lot of pace to your collective.
Hmm.
जो pace अगर आप ना speedometer लगाएं तो.
You know, मैंने भी पूरा उसका I feel like I need to watch a little bit more of his spells, Hassan's spells, to get a better idea of how how good he is. तो ऑस्ट्रेलिया की सीरीज मैंने highlights में देखी थी. I feel like I need to watch his whole spell to get a better feel for it. तो मुझे I need to do a little more homework on him
Yeah, no,
because
I've
I'm
watched him
I'm
quite a
pretty
bit from PSL. लेकिन yeah, he's definitely a work in progress. You'll get that impression he's work in progress, but he's genuinely fast. He doesn't chuck. कोई मसला नहीं उसके साथ. He's got a clean action. He's extremely young, and he clocks 145
yeah.
consistently.
I think
Gotcha.
that's what worked in his favor, that he was bowling consistently 150 more than anything else. I think अगर वो 140 होता तो ये अभी टीम में नहीं होता. Um, so I think that's worked in favor. I mean, principally, I just have an issue कि इतने inexperienced, especially bowler को ले जाना for such a big event doesn't sit well with me. But I also have a knack of I feel like I can tell when you see talent. So well, in the few things I watched, इतना भी मुझे कोई impressive नहीं लगा. But I think I need to watch some more of his spells to get a better idea. तो
Yeah, I think
देखें क्या होता है. But
अब तो खैर आ गया स्क्वाड में तो.
अब तो स्क्वाड आ गया. I think he should play. England की सीरीज में he should play. I think Amir, Hasnan, both should really. Hasnan shouldn't take his place for granted. I think he still needs to prove a point. अभी भी provisional squad है. So Amir can still make his way back in. But I also have a feeling कि अगर आपने 15 की squad announce की तो Afridi and Hasnan need some time. In the playing 11. So they'll probably play the first couple of games against England. And then we'll see how that goes. And then the back end of the series is where you give Hasnain and Amir a chance, or Hasnain, Amir, and Junaid, all three probably. At least play 3 games. My view is कि इन तीनों को 3 games मिलने चाहिए जिसमें they have to prove कि उनकी selection justified है कि नहीं. More so probably between Hasnain and Amir. I think Junaid might get a pass. Because I think Hassan Ali, Afridi, and Junaid probably are going to be in the 15. Or you could argue कि Hasnan, Junaid, and Amir truly तीनों के बीच में competition है for the last 2 spots.
Okay, to me, Amir gets it, and Junaid and Hasnan have to fight it out. I'm favoring Hasnan because I don't need another left-hander. I need some pace options. purely based
Left
on.
hand वाली बात आपकी हाँ बिल्कुल सही है. I think if anything, if you bring in Ahmed, then you probably rather have Hasnain versus Junaid
Uh,
because it just gives you a bit more variety.
yeah, a bit more variety in terms of pace and also direction. Let's, before we wrap this thing up, one last, I'm going to throw this monkey wrench. Let's assume Asif is an option. We,
Asif Ali.
Asif Ali, we badly need a power hitter. We don't have a power hitter. There is no Razak, there is no Wasim Akram who can come and accelerate the score, or Moin Khan. We don't have that.
इमाद वसीम है बस उसने भी 100
Mal
मारे हैं.
Wasim hai. Yeah, Mal Wasim is the only option. Fahim Ashraf again has that tag on him that he can hit the ball. ये वो किया नहीं है अब तक कुछ खास. ठीक है तो आप आसिफ अली को कितना ट्राई करेंगे against England, and if he what does he need to do to come back into the squad since this is a provisional squad?
यार I can't see आसिफ अली coming back in, to be honest. किसकी जगह लाओगे ये तो बताएं पहले आप. हारिस सोहेल की जगह लाओगे? 15 के तो स्क्वाड है यार, जगह ही नहीं है.
Yeah, I was
आबिद अली है, हसनैन है और यू नो क्या हारिस सोहेल है और कौन है, कितने कितने एक्स्ट्रा हम तीन जो हैं आपके 4 प्लेयर्स.
after I'm actually so let me tell you something crazy. जब वर्ल्ड कप स्क्वाड होने से पहले जब मैं स्क्वाड बना रहा था तो मैंने उसमें शोएब और हफीज में से किसी एक को रखा था. ये मैंने कहा था ये दोनों मेरे लिए either or है.
या
I think they're just too again one dimensional. Shoaib, Hafiz, more of the same. I was going to bring Rizwan in as a backup keeper, someone who's in form 2 centuries against Australia. Again, more it's a kind of a bold decision. So I wouldn't originally I didn't think Hafiz or Malik dono ko khilana chahiye tha. That's another surprise that I thought.
नहीं यार, I think given the experience and Hafiz का भी, you know, he's still recovering from his thumb injury, so I don't know how fully recovered he is, but I think Hafiz and Shoaib Malik, given the experience and on their day, they can be pretty good. It's especially, you know, Hafiz on his days looks so good, but on his off day he looks absolutely horrible. So it just depends कि वो किस, you know, what side of the bed he wakes up on. On Malik doesn't have a good record in England. He has a very poor record actually in England. So उसका
Yeah,
काफी question marks there, and he hasn't actually performed well in the last couple of series though.
there you go. I
So
agree. Yeah.
तो वो, you know, captaincy भी दी उसको, you know, he hasn't actually performed at all in the last, you know, a few games. So उसमें pressure है थोड़ा. But he also knows कि इसका ये last chance है. So, and he pretty much is done with one-day international cricket for me after the World Cup. Both Hafiz and Shoaib Malik should be, you know, pretty much retiring after the World Cup for me.
Yeah,
So
they may be
Swan
making
Song
the
up
switch.
Kele,
Yeah.
Swan Song Kele. This is it for them. So they've got a lot to prove. I mean, they can make history again. You know, World Cup jeetna is a huge, huge thing. Not sure if we have actually the caliber or talent to go all the way through and win the tournament, but लेकिन if we make the semis, 2 game की बात है. आपको पता है फिर हमारे साथ कुछ भी हो सकता है. वो
Yeah,
हम सेमीफाइनल स्पॉट बुक कर लें बस.
I was talking to my friend Hamad, who is also a big cricket fan, and he was asking me what I thought about the squad and all those things, and I shared with him what we just discussed. Like in end में इसको ये कहा कि यार if there's any team that can perform with such lack of resources, that is Pakistan. No other team like Nasser Hussain made a statement before this podcast I read that the fact is you cannot write off Pakistan. You just can't.
Yeah, you can't.
Like, it doesn't matter how bad the squad looks and all those things. As you said, 2 matches, you make it to semis. It's
Yeah, anybody's game.
yeah, it's anybody's game. It's a daunting task
Anybody.
though because you have to win, I think, 6 matches.
हाँ.
ठीक है तो हम जो बात कर रहे थे कि अगर आपने अफगानिस्तान को हरा दिया, श्रीलंका को हरा दिया, बांग्लादेश को हरा दिया, वेस्ट इंडीज को हरा दिया, ठीक है, that's the 4 matches. So you still have to beat
One
one
of South
one of
Africa,
South
New
Africa,
Zealand.
New Zealand, Australia,
देखिए
India.
इंग्लैंड, इंडिया, ऑस्ट्रेलिया इन तीनों को हराना will be a long shot. I wouldn't bet my money on it, but I'd say if you had to beat someone, you probably beat South Africa or New Zealand. Those so अगर वो हम games हार जाएं तो बड़ा pressure होगा because England or and India, number one, number two teams को हराना will be difficult. England, India को तो हमने कभी वर्ल्ड कप में हराया ही नहीं है. तो वो मौका मौका का ऐड फिर चल जाएगा बट शायद चैंपियंस ट्रॉफी के बाद शायद वो ना चलाएं क्योंकि हमने वो जो
सर,
पटाखे थे वो फोड़ लिए हैं चैंपियंस
आप तो
ट्रॉफी के
जानते
जमाने
नहीं
में.
हैं उनको। आप जानते नहीं हैं
हाँ
कि वो
कुछ ना
ना
कुछ तो
चलाए,
निकालेंगे
ऐसा
आई
हो
कांट
ही सकता है।
इमेजिन. हाँ आई कांट इमेजिन कि कुछ ना निकालें.
हाँ।
तो इट बी इंटरेस्टिंग टू सी कि क्या वर्जन निकलेगा बट अगेन द ट्रैक record tells us कि इंडिया इज probably going to win. इंग्लैंड का अभी इसी सीरीज में पता चल जाएगा कि what how far we are from them or are we actually pretty close. So I think the England series will be a great gauge of where we are with the team and with the talent and where the gaps are. अगर हम सीरीज बाय एनी चांस जीत जाते हैं इंग्लैंड के खिलाफ दैट बी अ शॉकर. आई थिंक वो मेरे ख्याल से हम कुछ ज्यादा अर्ली पीक हो जाएगा हमारे लिए बिकॉज वी ऑलवेज द स्लो स्टार्टर्स एंड में जाके फ्लरिश एंड एकदम से हम जीत जाएंगे. That's the always been the script. 92 में भी almost out of the World Cup, rain delay, rain पे points मिल गए और ये West Indies and Australia को हरा दिया तो we made it through and then all of a sudden we won the whole thing. Champions Trophy में भी, out of it completely.
लॉस्ट टू
India
इंडिया।
lost to lost to India badly and Sri Lanka mein would drop catches and we barely escaped through and then again we made it through and we won it. So we're not the कि हम पहले 3-4 गेम्स जीत के and confidently walk into the semis वाली टीम तो कभी जिंदगी में नहीं रहे. हो ही नहीं सकता क्योंकि we've never done it. इतना कॉन्फिडेंस तो हो ही नहीं सकता हमें. बट इट्स अनप्रिडिक्टेबल जो है वो तभी तो हम भी देखते हैं. हालांकि हमें पता है कि 6 मैचेस में से probably we lose 4 but वो जो 2 मैचेस हम अनएक्सपेक्टेडली जीतते हैं उसी के लिए हम देखते आ रहे हैं अभी तक.
हाँ, नहीं, पहले भी हुआ है, अभी हो सकता है। एवरी डे इज अ न्यू डे, एवरी गेम इज अ न्यू गेम।
हाँ बट 92 को कितने साल हो गए.
तो अब तो ड्यू हो गया ना। रमजान
हाँ
भी है, भूल गए वो जो हमेशा परम्यूटेशंस लगती हैं हमारी
ये
पाकिस्तान।
मसला ये है कि रमजान में एक ही मैच है. रमजान खत्म ईद हो चुकी होगी जब सारे मैचेस आएंगे. अगर रमजान होता ड्यूरिंग द वर्ल्ड कप तो मैं कहता फिर भी कुछ चांस है. बट ये दुआएं लगेंगी रमजान में जो होंगी. बट एक ही मैच है आई थिंक रमजान में बाकी तो सारे it's post ईद but looking
हाँ,
forward to it. It should be good. I mean I love the format कि you play each other once and the top 4 teams. I mean there's no argument between group
you play
stages कि
everyone, so you
बारिश से
can't say I got
you
a
play
bad.
everyone. Yeah, I got a bad draw. What it could. I mean no excuses.
I actually,
Complete no. So
I
I
love
think
the
it.
format.
हाँ and I hated कि यार USA भी आ गया है वो भी आ गया है वो फलाना टीम भी खिला रहे हैं या you're making the World Cup look 16 teams उसमें से 6 टीमें are complete nonsense. I didn't like that. This is every game counts. Neither can you take Bangladesh, neither can you take Afghanistan
Afghanistan, yeah.
lightly. I mean, हम almost बांग्लादेश से तो हारे ही हैं. अफगानिस्तान से हारने लगे थे. तो
हाँ,
there's and West Indies को आप देख लें. West Indies on resurgence and with how they played against England. So there is not a single game for me is a cakewalk or something that you can take
not at all.
lightly.
All these teams have earned their spot in the World Cup. They were no
Exactly.
free, so it's going to be a very, very tough tournament for every team, not just Pakistan.
But the dress rehearsal is England. पता चल जाएगा अभी इंग्लिश कंडीशन में कि क्या टीम का कैलिबर है और कहाँ हम स्टैंड करते हैं against the best. I mean England is number one along with India very close.
Yeah,
तो
hopefully dress rehearsal में dress down ना हो जाए कुछ।
मुझे तो ड्रेस डाउनिंग ही लग रही है बट शायद ड्रेस डाउनिंग में आसिफ अली वापस आ जाए और आमिर वापस आ जाए इतनी धुलाई हो. तो कोई पता नहीं. लेट्स सी इट बी अ
Let's
गुड
see.
वन. सो वेल लेट्स कैच अप विद सीरीज पाकिस्तान इंग्लैंड में. पहला मैच संडे को है तो उसके बाद I think after the second game we should definitely do a recap, see how things are going, and
100%.
and we'll talk about what the future holds then.
All right,
All right,
sure. Talk to you then.
all right. Take care. Bye.
Bye.